Okay, how are you? Good morning, counselor. One moment. Just 1 second. How are you doing? 1 second. Let's see. Oh no.
Department 134, this is Jamira. How can I help you? I'm okay. How you doing? He is scheduled to go, but it's going to be a few minutes. Well, I know it's going to be on. I don't know about that. I haven't been informed. What they're going to do. Okay. All right. Roger is the guy. Well, I know we're going to go live on YouTube, so I don't know if that helps. Try to catch it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye. There was no suspected. Okay. You're welcome. Bye bye. Kroger and that party. The third party. That's what I'm thinking. But if I recall correctly, and I could be wrong, I think a couple of years ago, once I first read that, I think I said that to one of these check cashing. Oh, I did. And they went on and on and on and on. I said, maybe I'm not getting, and then I hadn't had another one since then. And I said, let me get everybody's opinion. So that one did go on, and that's the reason that memo was written. The name of it, that going to, she's just bombed and had trying to have a meeting and then wrote that. And they still don't agree with it. And I had they go back and forth, and they're like, oh, we used to always do that. Well, you can appeal it or whatever. But that's how I read it. Let me know if you're good. Well, that's kind of how I read it, and I know I have one of those tomorrow. So yeah, you do. That's one for tomorrow. Right. But I also don't have any electronic evidence from either party. So when I tell him, you know, right. I need the electronic evidence, you might as well send it to General Civil. Right. All right. All right, Don. Thanks, you too. Good morning, Council. Okay. Do we have people ready on Justin Floyd? Everybody ready on Mr. Floyd?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Floyd, are you present?
Yes, I am.
Good morning. Could you state your name, please?
Justin Floyd.
Good morning, Mr. Floyd. Mr. Floyd, and you have counsel present?
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Appearance, please.
May it please the court, my name is Adam Clements, P number 77233, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Justin Floyd, who appears by way of video monitor. Your Honor, we waive the formal reading of the information and ask that you allow Mr. Floyd to enter a plea of not guilty.
Thank you. This is case 200600049, People State of Michigan versus Justin Anthony Floyd. Court waive formal reading and our plea of not guilty and schedule a probable cause conference on September the 30th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Floyd, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an offsite streaming technology similar to what we're using today. It's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that clear, Mr. Floyd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter to Esteban.
As the bond judge, I'd ask the court to consider the fact that my client is an individual that's already demonstrated that he can be compliant with court orders. He was released from the Detroit Detention Center on a writ of habeas corpus on September 2nd. He posted a $10,010% bond set by Judge Bryant. My client, although he does have some driving history, is an individual that doesn't have a threatening or an assaultive background, nor does he have a history of failure to appear. He has no outstanding warrants or holds. All of those have been taken care of and satisfied. As a result of that, I'm asking the court to continue the interim bond of $10,010%.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Floyd, the court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the serious allegations set forth in the investigator's report and the nature of these charges. Are you, Mr. Floyd, the court's concerned regarding your prior criminal convictions and history? You have 2 convictions in 2018 for a similar related offense. Are you on probation for those matters, Mr. Floyd?
No, I am not.
Thank you. During this bond, sir, there's absolutely no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And absolutely no drinking and absolutely no driving during this bond. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
As stated, the court is concerned. It appears you are operating on an expired license with a blood alcohol content of over twice the alleged legal limit. And concerning your prior 2 criminal convictions and similar related offenses that are in less than, one of them was less than 2 years ago, and both convictions were in 2018. The court is going to consider, the court's going to continue the 10% interim bond that was authorized by Judge Bryant. And Mr. Floyd, the court is going to require you to get fit with the alcohol tether, and you have 24 hours to get fit with the tether. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything further, counsel?
No.
Okay, good luck to you both. I hope it all works out well. The probable cause is September the 30th on a Wednesday. Good luck, counsel.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Judge, this is Attorney Kevin Bassant. I have a client in the DDC.
Who's your client?
Timmy Topi, last name Akinbai, Akanbi.
Got you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so we have a few matters to handle. Is that a gentleman? That's a male?
Yeah, that's a male from the DDC, yes.
Okay, as soon as we get to DDC, we have, appears one matter ahead of you, and then we'll handle that matter. Do you want to just hang on, and we'll get to you as soon as we get over the DDC? Or
That's fine, Judge. No, I can hang on, Judge.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
Okay, counsel, as soon as we get over to the DDC, we'll have them bring your gentleman hopefully towards the top, okay?
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, thank you.
Good morning. This is APA Penny. I just wanted to check in for the DeAndre Williams arraignment. I understand he's going to be coming in from the Oakland County Jail.
Good morning, counsel. That's my understanding as well. We're waiting on his defense counsels to interview Mr. Williams, and as soon as they finish interviewing him, we'll try to handle that matter as soon as they finish interviewing. It should be shortly, counsel.
Absolutely no problem. Is that Mr. Reagan who's interviewing him right now?
It is.
Okay.
Is my understanding, yes.
From what I understand, he has appointed counsel on other cases. That's Mr. Edison, but I'm sure Mr. Reagan can handle this part. I'll sit tight.
I'm sure
Thank
he
you.
can. You're welcome.
Your Honor, Lieutenant Kindergarten Homicide Task Force also making appearance for the DeAndre Williams case that will, as
Okay. And I apologize. You're the detective on the case. I apologize.
I am the lieutenant of the homicide task force and the detective who has to be on the line shortly.
Okay, thank you, Lieutenant. So you're just here to observe, sir?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yep.
I believe you may already have my case. My name is Attorney Tyrone Pickard. I have Crystal Clay, who's also at the DDC.
Okay, yep, that's going to be a few minutes because we have to handle all the males at DDC and then we go to the females. Counsel, is there a number that we can reach you at? Because it could be probably over an hour.
There is, Your Honor. My concern is that, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with waiting or coming back at a later time. I have an 11:45 Zoom exam scheduled with Judge Giles. And I'm also actually waiting still to do a PCC in another room, which I hope should be done by the time you guys call. So I just wanted to make the court aware of that. I will, so I have no problem with waiting and I have no problem with, coming right back in. It sounds like we may have a time conflict right there that could catch me
Okay,
No.
well, there's no, I appreciate that information, counsel. There's nothing the court can do about it. We'll get to it as
Oh,
soon
I
as
know.
we can. And as soon as we get to the female side, we'll accommodate, either try to call you first or we'll contact you and we'll put it till the end of the docket, whatever works for you. So what's a number we can reach you at, case, so we can call you and give you a heads up for when we're heading to the female side?
Thank you. 313 623 8247.
623-8247, 313.
Correct. Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you,
Your Honor.
counsel. We'll call you before we get to the female side. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Welcome. No, they're not coming into the courtroom. Madam Clerk.
I know, I when I see that, I assume that you're not. No, this is a video from here.
Yes, ma'am.
Just calling from the fifth one. They want to confirm that these hearings are live on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I told them that it's live in the corner, and she's trying to question whether we're not doing it. I told her it's live.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
Thank you.
yes. Yeah, I confirmed it. It's live. Okay. I just checked with the judge, and he said they're live, so I don't know what they're looking for. So you can come down here and actually visit, look at the things, but.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, so what else we got? Counsel, what are you ready on? Are we ready on DeAndre Williams?
I can go check with Mr. Reagan.
Thank you.
We already on number 5 through 10.
Okay. Instead of bouncing back and forth, though, I'd like to get taken care of Mr. Williams first. Thank you. Because he's at Oakland County, not DDC. Who was that, Madam Clerk?
That was Melody calling from the fifth floor. She just wanted to confirm whether you're live.
Oh, thanks.
Now, those were the Zoom hearings that you just did. So when you do the actual.
Those were live too.
So when you do DDC and all that, that goes live too now?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, everything should have been. You haven't interviewed him yet? No, they haven't. Okay. Are they gonna call into you or are we calling? I'm already dialed in. So we have a number to dial into them? Okay, because I don't have that number, so if you could, once you finish, thank you, counsel, appreciate it.
I mean, I don't know what else.
All right, so
you want
that,
me to tell her.
yeah. Good morning. Okay. Good morning, counsel.
Good morning, Judge.
So who do you have?
I checked in already. I'm on Timmy Topi Akinby, aka NBI. Just waiting.
Okay, thank you. Who was it again? Oh, got you. Thank you, counsel. Yep, we're trying to call over there right now. So it's on Timotopy. Got you. All right.
So we want before this morning. Okay, what's his name?
And counsel, so we're going to go to DDC because Mr. Reagan said they haven't interviewed yet. Do you know if he's on DDC too? Because that's busy.
You're on camera 1, we can switch to 2.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. And then,
That's the number 2.
awesome. Thank you so much.
I know your voice.
Good morning. Good morning, Council, or DDC. And Council on Mr. Akinambi, we
Yeah.
do not have his file present. As soon as Madam Clerk preps the file and brings it in, we'll have DDC bring the gentleman, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Council, for your patience. Good morning, DDC.
Which one was the officer, please?
That would have been number 3 on the second sheet, as well as number 11 on the first sheet, Crystal Clay. Good morning. Good morning, DDC. Good morning. Where's my court officer? No, yeah, thank you.
Everybody gonna run into that one guy. Everybody run into that one guy.
Good morning, officers. DDC, are we ready for arraignments?
No, sir, we're getting there, though.
Excuse me?
No, sir, we're getting there. We're getting there.
We don't have anybody. Okay. So do you want us to let you know who we've interviewed, or do you know?
We pretty much know who's been interviewed. We got to go and get them now.
Okay,
Physically.
if you could, I would appreciate you going to get them. Thank you. Do you have a file for Ed Combi? Number 3 on the second sheet? Oh, okay. Thank you.
We got 6 more.
Okay.
My phone is 68.
Okay.
It's not restricted, so she's not needed. We set it to the side.
Okay. And that's the first list? What's to
Put it in.
Because I have this. Oh, that's the final on the second sheet.
Oh, okay.
And
I need the first one.
you can make a copy of the first one and just give it back. They just had it. Thank you.
Did you say?
Thanks, love.
Good morning. Not yet, no.
You going to help get on the other list. These, and those two. Okay.
I need you to put these in the folders.
Yeah.
You're good? On DeAndre? Excuse me? Okay, thank you. Okay, while you grabbed DDC,
Yes.
While you grab individuals, we're going to handle one arraignment real quick at Oakland County. So thank you. We'll be right back.
Okay, I'll be down. I'm here down the hall. I'll be right down the hall. Yeah.
Do we have the APA available? Lieutenant, do you know if the APA
Yes,
is
Your Honor, I'm
available?
right here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, one moment, gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. Ready, counsel? This is case 200600278, People State of Michigan versus DeAndre Williams, also known as DeAndre Dante Williams. Good morning, Mr. Williams. State your name, please.
DeAndre Williams.
Thank you. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Penny, P740079 for the people.
Your Honor, good morning. May it please this honor report of Code Breaking P57156, appearing on behalf of DeAndre Williams for the purposes of arraignment.
As to the arraignment, counsel.
Judge, as to the arraignment, we would waive the formal reading statute at this time. Mr. Williams has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Williams, the court will waive formal reading and a plea of not guilty. Schedule 2 court dates that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference scheduled Wednesday, September the 23rd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Williams, you have a right to a preliminary examination scheduled the following Wednesday, September the 30th. That will be held at 1:30 p.m. Also 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Both hearings, Mr. Williams, will be held via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect. Not guilty, please enter. Counsel has the bond.
Yes, Judge, I did speak with Mr. Williams this morning, advising of the charges he is facing and the allegations, Judge. Obviously, they are very serious. We're talking about homicide first degree. My client's 28, Judge. He's a lifetime resident of this area. Judge, he's actually been incarcerated since February on an unrelated matter, Judge. I'm respectfully asking the court, and I do understand the nature of the bond to set some type of high cash bond, Judge, in this particular case.
Thank you, counsel. For the people?
Judge, he's a MDOC prisoner at this time on a parole hold, so he is not eligible for a bond from that side anyway. We would ask for remand as to the murder charges.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Williams, these are very serious assaultive allegations. The court takes into consideration the information provided by your attorney as well as the people, considering the current epidemic facing our nation, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which lean towards a likelihood of conviction. These are very serious assaultive allegations. The court takes into consideration also your prior criminal convictions and information provided by the people. Given the concerns regarding the serious nature of these allegations, as well as the safety of the public, Mr. Williams, you will be remanded into custody for further proceedings. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Counsel, anything further?
Nothing further.
Okay, good luck to you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk? These remands have the wrong person's name on them. I circled it. Is everything okay?
Are we done?
Ms. Peoples?
Yes.
No, we're going to handle your matter right now. Do you have an attorney present?
No.
You don't have an attorney?
No.
Have you?
says Zoom here, so.
Right.
we assume it's not.
Were you incarcerated, Miss Peoples?
Yes, I was.
Did you post a bond to get out of
Um,
jail?
I had administrative release.
Are you driving currently?
No, I'm not driving. I'm outside my job actually. I just took a break so we can handle this matter.
Okay. All right. Raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Your full name, please.
Destiny Peoples.
Thank you. One moment, ma'am. Okay, Ms. Peoples, did you want an opportunity to speak with an attorney, or do you want to go forward with the arraignment without an attorney?
Yes, I would like to speak to an attorney.
Okay. So, Ms. Peoples, is there a is there a Zoom number you could give her to call in to you guys?
The only Zoom number that we use is the court Zoom number. We could do maybe a FaceTime on the
Do you have an iPhone, Ms. Peoples?
Yes.
Okay, is it okay if one of the defense attorney in court is going to FaceTime you so they can talk to you and answer any questions you have before we get started? Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Your
Yes.
Honor, if she doesn't want to put her number on the public record, we can put my number on there.
Thank you, counsel. You don't mind?
Yep. Ma'am, you able to take this number down?
Okay, take down this phone number. This is a phone number that you can FaceTime so you can speak with your attorney, okay?
Okay. I'm about to put
Tell
it
me
in.
when you're ready.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm ready.
Okay, counsel.
313 445
445.
8989.
I not apologize, madam, for this. I'm sorry. It's got the wrong judge's name on it now. I'm sorry. Did you get the number, ma'am?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, Miss Peoples, are you calling now?
Yes.
Okay, call and speak with the attorney and then call back to court and we'll handle your arraignment. Just call back the same number, the Zoom number you just called whenever you
Okay.
finish speaking with your attorney, okay?
Okay.
Okay, speak with you in a moment. Good luck.
Bye.
Thank you, counsel. So we're ready on some DDC matters?
Yes, we should be.
Thank you. We'll see. Well, I'm calling up DDC right now, and we'll just see what they want to do.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Take your time, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, DDC, for your accommodation. Thank you. I quite appreciate you. Yeah. That counts. Okay. Bring whoever you got ready, DDC. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
I got a guy back from Texas. If I can get a sound.
Hey, Council, have you guys interviewed the two people at Wayne County Division One, numbers three and four on the list?
No, Your Honor. I
Thanks.
believe we're still waiting on the call.
Officers, do you have anybody that you could bring, please? Officer Love, could you call him and tell him to bring somebody, please? Thank you. Thank you, officer. Thank you.
We have a few that's been interviewed that we have located.
Okay, excuse me? I didn't catch that. Sorry, officer. What was that?
We have a few that's been interviewed that we just located.
That you just located? Okay, we have a stack that's interviewed. I can tell you everybody's name if that's helpful. So because it's
No, sir.
that's more help.
We have to actually. It's over capacity here, and it's hard for us to find out exactly where these guys are. So it's taking a minute.
Yeah, a whole minute. It's 45 minutes and we still haven't gotten anybody in front of the camera yet. I'm just trying to figure out, is there no way we can make this a better process? If we can tell you who we've been interviewed, would that not help? No, if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. Good afternoon, good morning, your name, please.
Good morning, Michael Morris.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Mr. Morris, you're here for a couple of reasons, sir. We're going to get through them one at a time, so please listen closely. First, we're handling case number 200599958, People State of Michigan versus Michael Kenneth Morris, identified in the complaint as defendant 4. Counsel.
Sorry for robbing me, Mr. Michael Morris. Wait formal readings can give Mr. Morris has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you, counsel. Court will wait formal reading and our plea of not guilty. Yes, on behalf of Mr. Morris, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference Wednesday, September 23rd. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Wednesday, September 30th, both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Morris, both of those hearings will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but that is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
I'm very aware of how to use the Zoom. I just went through it, speaking of some housing information.
Thank you. Not guilty, please enter. That's the bond.
As bond, Your Honor, I'd like the court to know Mr. Morris is 25 years old.
He has no prior criminal history whatsoever. He has a stable residence here in the community where he resides with his mother. Now, he maintains, Your Honor, he has no idea what these allegations are about. He's appalled at the fact that he's being accused of such things. Also, Your Honor, he does have gainful employment. He works at Christian Detroit Roofing. He's a roofer. I believe he has a certification in the trade school. He's currently in school right now at Wayne County Community College, Your Honor. I believe after speaking with his family, they do anticipate retaining counsel in this matter. Further, he does suffer from asthma. Now, I would ask the court to consider sending a personal bond in this matter, or if not a reasonable bond, something he'd be able to post with some sort of GPS monitoring.
Thank you. And please mark as file medical. Mr. Morris, these are very serious, extremely serious allegations, and the court notes specifically count 1, which is a life offense. Court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, the employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond, the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, as well as the information provided by your counsel. These are allegations of numerous physical assaults, and that's very concerning to the court regarding the safety of the public, specifically the safety of the alleged victim, Miss Sherry Marie Lawson. Mr. Morris, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Sherry Marie Lawson, which means no contact of any kind, no contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact, understood?
Yes, Your Honor, I don't even know
The court didn't say that you knew the defendant, Mr. Morris. These are allegations that you arrived at a location and not only allegedly producing a firearm, demanding that the victim take off clothes, but you allegedly began to penetrate the multiple times with a blunt object the alleged victim's vagina, indicating serious alleged statements, including but not limited to, "I just want to torture you." And it's further alleged serious allegations that are concerning in the investigator's report, which the court takes into consideration. Also, your pending matter, which is a non-related, non-assaultive allegation.
Your Honor, if I could just make a brief inquiry as to how Mr. Morris was apprehended or accused of this. Is this based on some kind of witness testimony here?
There's numerous evidence that was lead to this allegation, these allegations that are outlined in the investigator's report, counsel. But you're welcome. It's indicated that you do have ties to the community, and if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with the GPS tether, and absolutely no contact with Sherry Marie Lawson. Given the allegations set forth, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report provided by counsel, taking into consideration the torture allegations, as well as the felony count 1, which is a life offense, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $900,000 cash, surety.
Your Honor, would the court consider a reduction strictly based on Mr. Morris's ability to pay?
The court's taken into consideration, as stated, employment status as relates to ability to post bond. The court has concerns regarding these allegations alleged in the investigator's report regarding not only the safety of Ms. Lawson, but the safety of the public.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Stand by, Mr. Morris. You have an additional matter. And this is 19044-861 People State of Michigan versus Michael Kenneth Morris. Counsel.
Right around that, Mr. Michael Morris, great ratings can be. Mr. Morris has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you, counsel. And your name again, Mr. Morris?
Michael Morris.
Thank you, sir. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty and schedule a pre-trial date that you must attend September the 30th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
As the bond, Your Honor, I'd like the court to notice that Morris has not been arraigned on this case. Although it is an old case, this is from approximately a year and a half ago, Your Honor. He's not been arraigned on this. He's not appeared in court or missed the court date in this matter. I'll renew some of my arguments in his previous matter. He's a school at Wayne County Community College, a 25-year-old lifetime resident of the city of Detroit. He does reside with his mother. We would be asking for consider setting a personal bond in this matter, although serious and does appear non-assault.
Thank you. Mr. Morris, the court takes into consideration the information provided by counsel, the serious non-assaultive allegations set before the court. The allegations set forth in the investigator's report, taking into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, you're not to go to the premises or area of any Home Depot. No Home Depots. Bond is set $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Morris.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Good luck, sir. Welcome. Do we have a file? Is that all the files? Do we at Kanambi? Yep, that one right there. DDC, we have a retained counsel on number 3 on the second sheet. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So just bring out whoever you got. That gentleman, the attorney's not present currently, but just bring out whoever you. Thank you. Thank you, officer. Thanks, Claudia. Good morning. Your name? Roshan Ware, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Ware. You're here for case number 2005998. People State of Michigan versus Roshan Ramundre Ware, identified in the complaint as defendant 2. Counsel.
Right around me, I have Mr. Roshan Ware, wait formal reading, Mr. Ware has been advised of the constitutional order.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Ware, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Ware, that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty is entered. That's the bond.
Your Honor, I'd like the court to know, Mr. Ware is 25 years old, is a lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit, and retains he has no prior criminal convictions for he's also a high school graduate of Osborne High School. He started his mechanic trade as well, Your Honor. He unfortunately does suffer from asthma and an irregular heartbeat. He does have ties to the community, Your Honor. No assault history or any history at all. Stable residence. We ask the court to consider a personal bond in this matter. It does appear that this is serious but not assault.
Thank you, counsel. This is a very serious non-assaultive allegation, Mr. Ware. The court notes the information provided by counsel, your ties to the community, current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, Mr. Ware, court takes into consideration that not only the serious allegation, but the information alleged in the investigator's report. You are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with George Dudley, which means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at Mr. Dudley's residency, or through employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact. You understand, Mr. Ware?
Yes, sir.
And given the lack of capious history of criminal convictions and the information placed on the record, bond is set $10,000 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. Ware. Listen to the court. Good luck.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, sir.
Welcome. Welcome.
Gloria.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you both. Good morning, your name?
Dorian Pope, good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Pope. Mr. Pope, you're here for case number 200595151, People State of Michigan, Dorian Trey Pope, counsel.
Right around me, I have Mr. Pope, wait reading, he is supposed to be advised of the constitutional order.
Thank you, sir. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Pope, court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend on September the 30th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King, which will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Pope. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you release, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Mr. Bond, Your Honor, we propose a 28-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit, maintains he has a stable residence here in the community with his family. There's no assault of priors, Your Honor. We would be asking the court to consider setting a personal bond in this matter. He's also gainfully employed, has been so since this pandemic, where he's been cutting people, where he's been cutting grass. Would ask for a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Pope, the court takes consideration your employment status as counsel stated as relates to ability to post bond, current epidemic facing the nation. The court unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions in the past. The court takes consideration of very serious allegations set forth, but it is non-assaultive. The current epidemic facing the nation, the court considers during this bond, Mr. Pope, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Bond is 10,000 personal bond. You're going to be released, Mr. Pope. Listen to the court so you don't get locked up for not listening. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Garcia. Y'all need to step inside. Get out of the home. I'm trying to keep the door open. Y'all.
Good morning. Your name?
Jose Garcia.
You're here for case number 200600251, People State of Michigan versus Jose Garcia, counsel.
Right around on behalf of Mr. Jose Garcia, we formal readings, and Mr. Garcia has been advised to stop the progress.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. We'll get to court dates in a moment as to bond.
So, bond, Your Honor, Mr. Garcia is a 37-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. Has a stable ties in the community, including residency with his father here in the city of Detroit. He's gainfully employed for the last 2 years. He's been at WH Kansas Landscaping, Your Honor. He has put us in touch with his father as well. His father is going to be helping him get through this case. The complaining witness in this matter and Mr. Garcia do have a very long conceptual history, Your Honor. And unfortunately, due to the stigma that people in the LGBTQ community face, we believe that these allegations are sort of a defense mechanism to avoid scrutiny in the LGBT community. So I would ask the court to keep all that in consideration, specifically Mr. Garcia's ties and his his life residential ties. I would be asking the court to set a personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia, the court's entering a plea of not guilty and scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Garcia, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Mr. Garcia, the court takes consideration the lack of capious history or criminal conviction the court's aware of, the current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as counsel stated as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the nature of the allegations and the information alleged in investigators report. During this bond, Mr. Garcia, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with David Emmanuel Wathen. No contact, Mr. Garcia, means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Understood?
Yes.
For those reasons, bond is 18,000 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. Garcia. No contact with Mr. Wathen, so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Welcome.
1,800. Personal bond. Huh? Personal bond, no money.
Yeah.
Good morning. Your name?
Devontae Ishmael.
Good morning, Mr. Ishmael. You're here for case 200600229, People State of Michigan versus Devontae Ishmael, counselor.
Right around me, I have Mr. Devontae Ishmael. What readings that you, Mr. Ishmael, has been about?
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. And court scheduling a probable cause conference, Mr. Ishmael, that you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King, which will be heard via Zoom. Mr. Ishmael, that's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
No, sir, hey, Mr. Ishmael, I know exactly what you want to say, and you are in the right on what you want to say, but here's just not the time to do it. I'm going to advise you as our attorney to not make any statements on the record, and reserve all your arguments for the next, this is just for bond, and we're trying to just get you out of jail without you having to post any money at this point, okay? We'll be dealing with these allegations at the next stage.
Mr. Ishmael, you understand you have a Zoom hearing you must attend. That is your responsibility. Clear?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty. Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Mr. Bond, Your Honor, Mr. Ishmael is a 28-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. He does reside here in the community with his girlfriend and his 9-year-old daughter. Maintains he has no prior criminal history whatsoever. Unfortunately, he also suffers from asthma and diabetes. For the last month, he's been a line worker at Magna. He does have gainful employment. I would ask the court to consider sending a personal bond.
Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Ishmael, these are very serious felony allegations. The court takes into consideration the lack of criminal convictions or capious history, information provided by counsel, as well as alleged investigators' report, and the current epidemic facing the nation, the court considers, as well as lack of capious history or criminal convictions and employment status, as counsel stated, as it relates to ability to post bond. For those reasons, bond is, and during this bond, Mr. Ishmael, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. No weapons, do you understand? Bond's $14,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, sir. Listen to the court. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
How do I get the information on like I got another court
Yeah,
date
Mr.
that they
Ishmael,
told me?
I appreciate the question. What let's see if Mr. Ishmael, wait, I'm going to answer your question. But before you're released on this matter, you'll get information from the officers regarding the court dates as well as how to connect for that Zoom hearing. But that's your responsibility to connect. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, welcome.
And Your Honor, just a brief update, we do have the Division Ones completed and
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Good morning. Your name?
Martell Blunt. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Blunt. Good morning to you. Here for case 200600275, People State of Michigan versus Martell Lanier Blunt, counsel.
Ron Moran, on behalf of Mr. Martell Blunt, please vocal readings and you, Mr. Blunt, for the advice of constitutional rights.
Court way formal reading on our plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. As to bond, I'd like the court to know that Mr. Blunt's a 23-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit with absolutely no prior criminal history whatsoever, Your Honor. Most importantly, he's a member of our National Guard. For the last 6 years, right when he graduated high school in the class of 2015, he's been in the National Guard since. He currently resides with his brother here in the city of Detroit. He's not on probation or parole. Our office went over the conditions of his bond that would likely be set, and we included a no firearm provision, Your Honor. He does not intend on carrying any firearms or violating this bond whatsoever. It doesn't intend to appear that all 12 days, as he does a great job in a vigorous background check.
Thank you.
I would ask the court to consider sending a personal bond in this particular matter.
Thank you. These are very serious allegations, Mr. Blunt. The court will enter a plea of not guilty and schedule a probable cause conference. You must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer, which will be heard, Mr. Blunt, via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And counsel, you're on Crystal Clay. We still have at least 10 mails to go, sir. So it's probably, you're probably looking at roughly an hour, but we'll call you before we get to there.
That'd be perfect, Your Honor. I'll be able to do the exam and come back. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Thank you. Mr. Blunt, it's September 30th via Zoom in front of Judge Archer at 8:30, and it's your responsibility to connect. Understood?
I will get information on that, right, Your Honor?
Yes, you will, Mr. Blunt. You'll get information on that. Yes, thank you. And Mr. Blunt, the court takes into consideration the information provided by counsel, as well as the alleged investigator's report which include very serious allegations that you allegedly fled, being investigated, exceeding speeds of 100 miles per hour during an alleged chase. During this bond, Mr. Blount, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no driving during this bond. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're to be fit with the GPS tether, given the nature of these charges as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report prior to your release, and bond will be set $18,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Blunt.
Thank you.
You're welcome. DDC, if you give us a moment, maybe you could grab some other individuals. It looks like we have a couple ready for Division 1. Thank you. I appreciate it. Division 1, go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. We have two gentlemen.
Yes, I'll send them right into you.
Thank you. At your pleasure. Whatever you want.
Just stand right there in front of the judge. There you go.
Good morning. Your name, please.
Reginald Esters.
Thank you, Mr. Esters. Mr. Esters, you're here for case number 200-45060, People's State of Michigan versus Reginald Leonard Esters, counsel.
Driver out of Mr. Reginald Esters, waive reading stand. Numerous records have been involved in this constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading and our plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
Bond, Your Honor, Mr. Esters, a 50-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit, was gainfully employed due to his incarceration, has lost his job, but was working at Scrapcom as a diesel mechanic. Was making great money, Your Honor, didn't have a great job, has many times in the community, including late residential times. Now, we would ask this court to fashion a bond with a no contact order. We'd ask the court for a personal bond in this particular matter with a no contact order, Your Honor. We can leave Mr. Esters. We'll abide by that no contact order and the cause to be recorded.
Thank you. Mr. Esters, the court is entering a plea of not guilty and scheduling a pretrial September the 11th. That is Friday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. And that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology, Mr. Esters. If you're able to make bond before you're released, you will get information on how to connect for the Zoom hearing September the 11th, this Friday, in front of Judge Garrett at the 36th District Court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Mr. Esters. The court takes consideration the nature of this charge, the information provided by counsel, current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the very serious allegations concerning allegations set forth in the investigator's report regarding the safety of Ms. Tracy Esters.
Your Honor, I do apologize, and I apologize for interrupting the court, but I just want to add a couple things.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Rod, very much. Judge, I did interview with Esther. Mr. Esther had another stalking case, the same case. It was 2 days apart, Judge. This was back in March, I believe. He was incarcerated in May. He's been locked up since May. On that particular case, he has a tether, Wayne County tether. For some reason, they have waited until July to even sign a warrant on this case. I don't know why they didn't do it back then, because he was locked up since May. So Judge, I think that he understands, and we've been talking about it. He's a trustee, and he's been doing everything the right way. He wants to get out. He doesn't want to have any contact with this Esther judge. And I was of the opinion, Judge, they might should have done both cases. It happened 2 days apart, my understanding, at the same time, but they stretched them out. I didn't know if the court had that information. I just wanted the court to know that. This is not a newer case. It's my understanding, but they happened around the same time frame. So I wanted to just add that to sort of the court to know that he does have a tether ready to go and a bond on the other case that he is fighting now, Judge. So that's why one of the reasons we were asking for a personal bond or even a tether, like the other case. Personal bond with the tether, just like the other case.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Esters stated a very serious allegation, and the court takes into consideration the information provided by both counsels, and well as the serious concerning allegations set forth in the investigator's report. which gives the court concern regarding the safety of Miss Esters. During this bond, Mr. Esters, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, no use of alcohol, marijuana, or any illegal controlled substance, and absolutely no contact with Tracy Ladia Esters. No contact means no contact of any kind, sir. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact, understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And given the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, prior to, if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Taking into consideration the current epidemic, the bond will be set 5,000, 10%. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Esters.
Your Honor, that
Yes,
means
sir.
my bond is
Excuse me?
500.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'm on.
Go ahead, yep.
Sorry, I just wanted to advocate on behalf of Mr. Esters. I would just ask the court to consider his ability to pay. He did have a job, Your Honor. He had a great job, however. Since he's been incarcerated since May 13th, he's had no source of income whatsoever. And I know a $500 bond in this matter is a very reasonable bond. I simply before the court from where it usually goes in these matters. But I would just ask him to take into consideration one more time, because I do think a nominal $500 bond to Mr. Esters would be like a remand to another client who was in.
Understood, and I appreciate the advocacy, counsel. However, these are not only serious assaultive allegations, but also the concerns are that Mr. Esters, as stated by counsel, has another matter, as well as it appears in Dearborn has an allegation for a misdemeanor aggravated assault on a past incident that is pending. The allegations that laid forth investigators report give the court concern regarding the safety of the alleged victim. So I appreciate the argument, counsel, the advocacy. The court, as counsel stated, has taken that into consideration, and the bond is set appropriately. Thank you, counsel. Good luck. Yes, Mr. Esters.
Your Honor, my case with Dearborn and everything is over with. I'm due for a tether already. I haven't had any contact with Tracy Esters since February, Your Honor. I've been here, okay. I've been a trustee. I'm 45 days past my out date already. And this is a misdemeanor, Your Honor. If I'm found guilty, it's only a 90-day sentence. I've already done that. Can I please get a personal
No, Mr. Esters, for the reasons placed on the record, but I appreciate the information provided. The court has concern, the court set bond appropriately given the allegations and information placed on the record.
It's $500?
Yes, sir.
500?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, Mr. Esters. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep.
Hey, can I go back so I get my bond done, man?
What's going on? You okay? Do you need anything? You okay? What's he here for?
Yes.
I think he's got an arraignment, and yeah, we can't just let attorneys. Who do you have, counsel? Do you have? Right. Are you ready on it? We're gonna have. I don't know if Counsel Reagan will let you use his office for Zoom. I appreciate that you're here, but we're not allowed. We're not supposed to be letting counsels into the courtroom. Are you ready on it, sir? Okay. We have counsel ready on number 3 on the second list. Akinambi, if we could bring that gentleman, DDC, after we handle Mr. Harrison at Division 1. Thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
All right.
Thank you. This is case 200600159, People State of Michigan versus Henry Harrison. Counsel. Thank you, Counselor. The court waived formal reading on her plea of not guilty. Mr. Harrison, court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Harrison, that will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming thank you, Counsel. Off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that hearing. Mr. Harrison, that's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Mr. Harrison, that's the bond. That's my client, 38 years of age, lifetime resident judge, does roofing for a living. Your Honor, he does have a GED, does suffer, though, Judge, from several ailments, high blood pressure, asthma, depression, different medications that he's on. Judge, this is a now assault charge. I'm asking the court respectively to consider personal bond for this.
Thank you, brother counsel. Mr. Harrison, the court takes consideration information provided by your attorney as well as the lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. It's a very serious allegation, Mr. Harrison. Court notes the current epidemic facing the nation. Employment status as stated as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Harrison, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes.
He's up in your stuff up in there. He's up in your stuff, isn't he? I'm just kidding. Mr. Harrison, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Harrison, for the reasons stated, bond is $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, sir. There goes your snacks, Mr. Reagan. Oh, thank you, counsel. All right, thank you, DDC. Thank you, Division 1. Excuse me?
Thank you.
Thanks, DDC. If we could bring Kanambi, we have counsel on the screen ready.
Yeah, we're getting them now.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Nah, I'm off mute. I'm ready now. I'm on off mute right now. All right. No problem.
Good morning. Your name, sir? Good morning. You're here for 2004547 People State of Michigan versus Tinipo Apalua Akanambi. Sorry, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Kevin Baton on behalf of Mr. Timothy Akiambi, who's present by video, Your Honor. He's here for an arraignment. For arraignment purposes, Judge, he will stand mute and waive a formal reading at this time, Judge.
Thank you, Counselor. The court waived formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Sir, the court scheduling a pretrial date. You must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. That will be heard via Zoom, which is your responsibility to connect on time. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
As to bond, I would ask the court to consider a personal bond. Mr. Akanambi would have absolutely no contact with any drugs or alcohol. This warrant, from my understanding, was just issued again on August 17th. He just found out about it and was picked up on it. We're here today, Judge. Again, he would have no contact with any alcohol. From my understanding, he does not have a criminal history. At this time, Judge, I would ask the court to consider a personal bond.
Oh, thank you. Stand by. For felonies? For what? For on a felony case this morning? Here's our docket that we had this morning. Okay, the court takes into consideration the nature of these allegations, which are very serious but not assaultive. The court's unaware of any capious history. The court has concerns regarding your prior criminal conviction, which was a conviction for a similar related offense in 2019. The court takes consideration allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which are very serious, and allege that you operated a vehicle with over 3 times the allowed alcohol blood content, which is concerning regarding the safety of the public. Mr. Ekanambi, during this bond, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. Do you understand?
Yes.
Given the information placed on the record, the serious nature of these charges and the allegations in the investigator's report, you're going to be released on a $11,000 personal bond. Prior to release, you're to be fit with an alcohol tether. Good luck, sir. Counsel, anything further?
Nothing, Judge. Thank you.
Good luck, counsel. You're welcome. Good luck,
Thank you,
Mr.
Judge.
Ekanambi. Go ahead.
I didn't see it come through. So we're looking.
What's going on? Come on. One moment. Thank you.
Okay. I'll call you
Right.
Nope.
Thank you, DDC. I apologize. You can bring that gentleman back. We had unrelated issue.
He was wanting her to have you go to his work. Because he thought that she said that people that work in court do stuff with scars. You should put the court
Because me. And counsel, did you interview the female via Zoom?
Yes.
And okay, is she gonna call back up?
I wasn't able to hear during the TV.
Yep.
But he got the personal. Did they
Yep.
want this day because 9:30 wasn't good for him?
Oh, did I get the wrong date? What date did I tell him? I told him 9:30.
Okay,
Yeah.
just sign it.
Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Your name?
My name is Rakan Batam.
One moment, sir. Your attorney's on their way back in. What's that?
That's okay. I can stay in front.
Are you all square, officer? You good? All right. Be safe, sir. Sorry about that. Thank you. And your name one more time, sir?
My name is Rakan Katab.
Thank you, Mr. Katab. You're here for case number 2006021, People State of Michigan versus Rakan Katab, counselor.
Right, we're on. We have Mr. Rakam Katab. Wait, greetings, and you, Mr. Katab, said it's not his constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty and schedule a probable cause conference Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Katab, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. Esteban, counselor.
Your Honor, Mr. Katab is a 24-year-old lifetime resident here in the state of Michigan. Does reside with his parents still, Your Honor. Has no prior criminal history whatsoever. Maintains that he employed in the city of Southfield.
What's he do with Southfield?
Sir, Mr. Katab, can you tell us what exactly you do in the city of Southfield for your employment? Mr. Katab, can you hear me, sir?
Mr.
Yes, I
Katab, what do
can.
you do in Southfield?
What I do in Southfield?
Yes, sir.
I work in Southfield Import in 8 Mile and Lasher.
Okay, counsel.
And, Your Honor, he does also have a GED, again, resides with his parents. Although these charges are serious, they do appear to be non-assaultive. We ask the court respectfully for a personal bond.
Thank you. In one moment, Ms. Peoples. Mr. Katab, this is a very serious allegation. It's non-assaultive. The court takes consideration the information provided by counsel, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, given the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Your bond is $10,000 personal bond. And Mr. Katab, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck, sir. Hope it works out for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Peoples, are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, DDC. We're going to handle Ms. Peoples first. You have any questions, Mr. Katab? You're being released, sir. Ms. Peoples, state your full name, please.
Destiny Peoples.
Thank you. And this is case 200564667, People State of Michigan versus Destiny Sierra Peoples, identified in the complaint as defendant 2. Counsel.
Remember, out of the evidence, Destiny Peoples, I agree that Ms. Peoples has been advised of a constitutional right.
Court will waive formal reading on her plea of not guilty. Ms. Peoples, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That will be heard via Zoom, Ms. Peoples, which is an off-site streaming technology that you're using today. But it's going to be in front of Judge Giles, not this courtroom. It'll be a different court number. Do you understand? It is your responsibility to connect. Okay. Do we mail her notice? Since she's out? With the Zoom stuff. Do you still reside on the Manor Street address?
No, I do not.
So if you want Ms. Peoples, why don't you go ahead and text me that current address so we can have something sent out to your mail, okay? And I'll provide the court with that address so we can get you that notice.
Thank you, Ms. Peoples. Thank you, counsel. I appreciate that. Not guilty is under Esteban.
Esteban, Your Honor, Ms. Peoples is a 20-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Chicago. She does have a 1-year-old daughter who does reside with her. She has no prior criminal history whatsoever, is gainfully employed at Coney Island. I would ask the court, in fact, that they bond a personal bond in this matter with a no-contact order.
And what was employment, if any?
She's at the Coney Island in the city.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Ms. Peoples. It is something the court considers regarding bond as well as lack of criminal convictions or capious history, the current epidemic facing the nation, the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, as well as provided by counsel. During this bond, Ms. Peoples, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Lolita Lavette Allen. That means no contact of any kind, no contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Miss Allen. Is that clear?
Yes.
And do not go back to the premises or area of 20052 Avon, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes.
And it's very important you listen to all these conditions, Miss Peoples, so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And given the information provided by counsel, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. Bond on this matter set in the amount $10,000 personal bond. Make sure and attend that hearing, Miss Peoples. You're welcome. And it's September the 30th at 8:30 in front of Judge Giles. Is that understood?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, DDC, again. Everything else should be at DDC, right? Thank you, DDC. I think everything else is at the detention center, so I appreciate your accommodations.
You have been asked to provide for Miss Peoples, Your Honor.
Thank you. If you would write it down and give it to Madam Clerk whenever you get a chance. Do you have something to write it on?
Your Honor.
No, I got something.
I like your style, sir. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Good morning. Your name, please, or good afternoon.
Lance Swoop.
Thank you, Lance Swoop.
Yes.
Good morning, or afternoon, Mr. Swoop. You're 200-60261, People State of Michigan versus Lance Patrick Swoop, also known as Lance Patrick with a B, Swoop, counsel. That's what the court said. Mr. Swoop, you're in court, sir. Please.
Let's get you out.
It's just an alias.
Riding around on behalf of Mr. Lance Swoop, wait formal reading stand. Mr. Swoop's been advised of his constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Swoop, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend Wednesday, September the 30th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Swoop, that is an off-site that will be held via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
That's the bond, Your Honor. Mr. Swoop's a 27-year-old lifetime resident here in the state of Michigan, Your Honor. He does have a stable residence in the community with his girlfriend and a 5-year-old child there. Maintains that he has no prior criminal convictions, Your Honor. We would ask this court respectfully to consider a personal bond as part of the
Thank you, Mr. Swoop. The court takes into consideration the advocacy provided by your counsel, lack of criminal convictions or allegations of assault. The court's aware of the current epidemic facing the nation, and the court considers employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. Very serious allegations, Mr. Swoop, but it is not assaultive. During this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes.
And given the information alleged in the investigator's report, bond is set $10,000 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. Swoop. No weapons. Listen to the court. Attend your hearing September 30th via Zoom. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. You have any questions?
Next question. How do I know when I'm holding? When I call my home?
Don't worry about it. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Okay. Awesome. Wow, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know either. So maybe you can just throw that in her file or thanks. But she'll send it. Oh, cool. Thanks, Claudia. Okay, cool. Perfect. That's good to know. Good afternoon. Your name?
Good morning, sir. My name is Larry Lake.
Thank you. Good afternoon. One moment. Counsel, do you have something, sir?
Yes, Judge. The one thing that I wanted to ensure is that I've located a private entity to apply my client's alcohol tether. I wanted to ensure that the court was satisfactory in that regard.
Counsel, you're an officer of the court. Anywhere that you believe is satisfactory for an alcohol tether, the court trusts your judgment, sir.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, counsel. Your name again, Mr. Lake?
Larry O'Neill Lake Jr.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Good morning. Afternoon. You're here for 200-45569, People State of Michigan versus Larry O'Neill Lake.
Riding around on behalf of Mr. Larry Lake, wait reading says, Mr. Lake is advised of his constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Lake, court scheduling a pretrial date. You must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Lake, that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect once before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty's entered.
Thank you.
That's the bottom runner. Mr. Lake is, Mr. Lake is a resident here in the state of Michigan. He maintains he has no prior felonious history whatsoever, and that he is a high school graduate from Montfort. completed some college, I know it's a community college, is currently receiving Social Security, Your Honor. I know that goes to flight risk. He does have an incentive to remain at his address and collect income at this time. He's unfortunately diagnosed with a major depression disorder, Your Honor. I would be asking the court to consider a personal bond in this matter. Although these matters are serious, they do appear to be non-assault.
Thank you. The very serious allegation, Mr. Lake, but it is non-assaultive. The court takes consideration the information provided by counsel, lack of capious history or convictions the court's aware of, given the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigation report and employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Lake Jr., during this bond, sir, you're not to go to the premises or area of any Home Depot. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Bond for the reason stated is a $8,500 personal bond. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No hope. You're welcome.
Anthony Martin.
Good morning, afternoon, Mr. Martin. You're here for case 200600272, People State of Michigan versus Anthony Martin, counsel.
Right around, we have Mr. Anthony Martin. Very formal reading said Mr. Martin's been advised of constitutional.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Martin, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend September the 30th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Martin, that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Not guilty is entered as defined.
Mr. Bond, Your Honor, Mr. Martin, 31 years old, a lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. He does have a 2-month-old son. He lives with his son, his girlfriend, and his mother, Your Honor. I would be asking the court to consider setting a personal bond in this matter, although serious, this matter does appear to be non-assault as well.
It's a very serious allegation, Mr. Martin, a felony allegation. The court has concerns regarding your lengthy prior felony convictions. The court takes consideration of current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report and provided by counsel. Very serious charges, Mr. Martin, but they are non-assaultive. The court's unaware of any capious history. During this bond, sir, no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance, and you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that all clear?
Yes, sir.
It's very important you listen to the court, Mr. Martin, so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Does that make sense? You have to show up for that hearing.
Yes, sir. I'm fully. I understand you, so I will be there on the phone.
Bond for the reason stated is $20,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Martin. Listen to the court. Good luck.
Thank you, Your
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Counsel, we got 3 males left, and then we'll head to the female side. So probably about 20 minutes. Good morning. Your name, sir?
Michael Morris.
Thank you. Michael Morris, we've already handled that gentleman. Good luck, sir. We handled them both. No, you're good. Thank you. No, you're good. Officer Love informed me that we had to. Good job, Love. Good morning. Your name?
Christopher Jamoff.
Good morning, Mr. Jamoff. You're here for case 190. Thank you. 190-56253. People State of Michigan versus Christopher Dennis Jamoff.
Right around, we have Mr. Christopher Jamoff. Waive reading stand here. Mr. Jamoff has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Jamoff is a 48-year-old lifetime resident in the city of Detroit. Currently lives with his girlfriend and 3 daughters. It seems that he has completed his GED, that he's gainfully employed doing construction, specifically installing different pieces of machinery. Now, we would be asking you to consider setting a personal bond in this matter. If there Your Honor, we're just asking the court to consider setting a personal bond as Mr. Jamoff anticipates making all his court appearances and will be abiding by all conditions of his bond.
Thank you. Mr. Jamoff, these are very serious allegations, sir. And the court takes consideration your prior criminal convictions, the current epidemic facing the nation, allegations in investigators report, allegations set forth in investigators report, as well as employment status as relates to ability to post bond and the information provided by counsel. During this bond, Mr. Jamoff, absolutely no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Absolutely.
And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no driving, period. No driving. Is that clear?
Yes, I haven't been driving for about a year now, sir.
That's it, sir. Just yes or no. Just yes or no, sir.
Thank you. And then I don't know if you should have been driving within the last year. So on this bond, Mr. Jamoff, no driving. Understood?
Understood, sir.
Given the information placed on the record provided by counsel, nature of these allegations, bond will be set $18,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Jamoff. You're welcome. Listen to the court's orders. No drugs or alcohol, no driving, and make sure and attend that Zoom hearing, which will be scheduled September the 30th, sir. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Is that clear?
It is, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Stop drinking and driving.
Yep.
Move on.
I'm done drinking and driving.
There's something wrong with you.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Antoine West, sir.
Thank you, Mr. West. Mr. West, you're here for 200-45246, People State of Michigan versus Antoine Deshaun West, counselor.
Right for on behalf of Mr. Antoine West. Waive reading stand due. Mr. West has been admonished of the constitutional limits.
Court waive formal reading on our plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
Bond, Your Honor, Mr. West is 42 years old. He has no prior criminal history whatsoever. He is a lifetime resident here in the state of Michigan, has a stable residence here in the community with his aunt. Also recently got a great job at Amazon, working as a hacker. He's also enrolled in college currently at Wayne County Community College of Business. Your Honor, I'd ask the court to fashion the bond with a no contact order in this particular matter. We would ask for a personal bond so that we can meet with Mr. West in person and discuss his defense.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Mr. West. Court is entering a plea of not guilty and scheduling a pretrial date. You must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett, which will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology, Mr. West. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
The court takes consideration the serious nature of this allegation, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, the current epidemic facing the nation. The court takes consideration as well as information provided by counsel, as well as employment status as stated as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. West, during this bond, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance, and you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And absolutely no contact with Lilivander Bogan, which means no contact of any kind. No contact orally in writing through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Mr. West, you're being released on a personal bond. Failure to comply with any of these orders, you're likely to get locked back up just for not listening. It's very important you listen to the court. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, sir.
Bond for the reasons stated is set in the amount $11,000 personal bond. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. West. No contact period with Miss Bogan, understood?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Mr. West.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Law. Like my grandmama said, I'm gonna call it off. Right.
The last mail, counsel. Thanks for your patience. Sir, state your name, Mr. Thompson.
Antonio Deshaun Law.
No. Counsel, we've got additional files, sir. It looks like we got 5 more mails, so we'll call you. I apologize. Thank you. We just can't go to the female side, counsel, because they have to pull the females, and it's just not something they're able to do, or else we would squeeze you in.
I understand, Your Honor.
Thank you for your patience. And again, good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Antonio Law.
Thank you, Mr. Law. You're here for case number 200-60255, People State of Michigan versus Antonio Deshaun Law, identified in the complaint as defendant 1.
Law, waive readings, and you, Mr. Law, has been advised of constitutional rights.
Court will waive formal reading on our plea of not guilty. Mr. Law, court scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Law. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Fine, Your Honor, most importantly, in this matter, I'd like the court to know that Mr. Law did in fact turn himself in yesterday at 4:15 in the morning.
Thank you. Is that correct, Mr. Law? You surrendered yourself?
Yes, sir.
And that's something the court takes consideration. Thank you for the information, counsel. Sorry.
Absolutely right. He resides here in the community with his younger brother that he's taking care of. So I'm 26 years old. For the last 3 years, he's had gainful employment as lady of the house, which is a restaurant he's worked at a dishwasher at to support small families. And Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider taking a personal bond in this matter over a serious and demonstrated counsel.
Mr. Law, this is a very serious allegation. The court takes consideration what your counsel has provided to the court, as well as you surrendered yourself to authorities, which is very important. And you must follow all court orders, Mr. Law, so you don't get locked back up just for not listening to the court. And the court's inclined to release you on a personal bond, given the information stated to the court, ties to the community, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status, as stated by counsel as a dishwasher at a local restaurant, as it relates to the ability to post bond. Mr. Law, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood? No weapons.
Yes, sir.
Your bond is $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Law. Hope it works out for you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Good afternoon. Your name? Thank you, Mr. Hicks. Mr. Hicks, you're here for case number 200-45570, People State of Michigan, Terrence versus Terrence Hicks, counselor.
Right, Your Honor, Mr. Terrence Hicks, waive formal readings, and you, Mr. Hicks, has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause or a pretrial date, Mr. Hicks, that you must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. Mr. Hicks, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but that is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood? Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Fine, Your Honor, most importantly, I think it's important for the court to know in matters like these allegations that Mr. Hicks does have an alternative residence he's going to be residing in throughout the pendency of this case. He has no reason to have contact with him whatsoever. He's a 47-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. Maintains he has 3 children, ages 8, 3, and 3. He's also currently enrolled in GED classes, throughout those classes are not enrolled by the court, including Mark's own volition. He He's also unemployed at this time, so we ask the court to keep all that in consideration, especially with the personal bond in particular matter.
Thank you. Good luck with your schooling, Mr. Hicks. I hope it works out. The court takes into consideration the lack of employment status as it relates to ability to post bond as stated by counsel. The court is unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions in the past. This is a very serious assaultive allegation, Mr. Hicks, and it concerns the court regarding the safety of the alleged victim, Miss Kiana Hicks. The court notes the current epidemic facing the nation as well as the serious allegations outlaid in the investigator's report. During this bond, Mr. Hicks, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Kiana Hicks, which means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact, understood?
Understood.
And based on the allegations of the investigator's report, prior to release, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. Bond is set $11,000 personal bond. You got a personal bond, Mr. Hicks. No contact with Miss Hicks. Good luck.
Your Honor, if I may, and I go better.
No, Mr. Hicks, please come back.
I don't like to have argue against the person.
No, it's not argue, it's advocating. Go ahead.
But I'm advocating on behalf of Mr. Hicks. He relayed a message to me, Your Honor, that his phone, his wallet, all of his personal belongings are with the complaining witness. I don't, he can come up with even $1 right now to get out the tether. And I understand that the court may be inclined to set the tether because of the dynamic in the situation, or the alleged dynamic. However, I'd ask the court to take Mr. Hicks on his word with respect to his alternative residence, Your Honor, and consider not setting a tether in this matter, just so he doesn't have to wait in there because he's not able to pay the $11 a day, so it'd be for a tether.
No, I appreciate the advocacy, and if he wants to send a third party to retrieve his belongings without sending any message or any conversation to the alleged victim, he can have a third party go retrieve his belongings with no contact with the alleged victim as stated on the order. But the court, given the allegations in the investigator's report, which include a serious assaultive allegations against the alleged victim, the court has concerns regarding her safety, and so the tether is fit for that reason.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you, counsel. Good luck, sir.
You ready for something, brother?
Good afternoon. Your name?
Stephen Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, you're here for case number 200600277. People State of Michigan versus Stephen Dwayne Lewis, counsel.
Ron Marathi, I have Mr. Stephen Dwayne Lewis. Wait for you to stand. Mr. Lewis has been invited to this constitutional.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Lewis, the court scheduling a probable cause conference. Sir, you must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Lewis, that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand? Mr. Lewis, anything further as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor, as to bond, Mr. Lewis is a 30-year-old lifetime resident here in Detroit.
This one right here.
Reside here in the community with his girlfriend and their children. Maintains he has no prior criminal history whatsoever. Gainfully employed for the last 4 months on his job restaurant as a cook. He's also a high school graduate, Your Honor. I would ask the court for a personal bond.
Okay, Mr. Lewis, these is a very serious allegation, sir. It's non-assaultive. The court's unaware of any convictions or allegations of assault. Court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation. Information provided by counsel. During this bond, Mr. Lewis, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. No weapons, understood?
Yes, sir.
And the court gave the court date. Is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you. Given the information placed on the record, thank you, is set $10,000 personal bond. You're going to be released on a personal bond, Mr. Lewis. No weapons. You have a Zoom hearing September the 30th in front of Judge Giles. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Claudia. Oh, you're no worries.
How you doing, Judge?
Well, thanks for asking. How are you? Could you state your name, please? Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Henderson, you're here for case number 200600276, People State of Michigan versus Khalil Xavier Henderson, counsel.
Right, we're out of the Mr. Khalil Henderson, waiver reading, Mr. Henderson is being advised of no arrest.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Henderson, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend, sir. Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Henderson, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you release, but it is your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Bond, Your Honor, Mr. Henderson is 26 years old, lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. Currently raising his stepchildren and maintaining his most prior criminal history whatsoever. Unfortunately, is unemployed, but does have an interview with the post office tomorrow. Bonds so we can help get Mr. Henderson on the right track.
You have an interview post office tomorrow, Mr. Henderson?
Yes, sir.
Where's that at?
Right on Grand River.
Are you going to the location?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Henderson. Sounds like it could be a good employment for you. I hope it works out. What you looking for? This is a very serious allegation, Mr. Henderson. It's not assaultive. The court takes consideration that lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. Given the current epidemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel, including lack of employment status as relates to ability to post bond, the court considers during this bond, Mr. Henderson, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood? No weapons.
Yes, sir.
Bond will be set $10,000 personal bond. Good luck with your employment or your job search, Mr. Henderson, as well as this allegation. I hope all works out well for you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you. No problem. Is everything okay, Claudia?
Yeah, I was gonna say
I checked it. It's just so in case we didn't have to swap them. 2 more mails. I should have told you.
How's it going?
Good afternoon. Your name, please?
Jesse Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Good afternoon, sir. You're here for case number 200600270, People State of Michigan versus Jesse Keith Thompson, counselor.
Crime or auto behalf of Mr. Jesse Thompson. Waiver reading stand you. Mr. Thompson has been advised of the time.
Thank you, brother. Counsel, the court will waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Thompson, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Thompson, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that hearing. It is your responsibility to connect on time. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Bond, Your Honor, Mr. Thompson is 21 years old, a lifetime resident of Michigan, with no prior criminal history whatsoever. He's actually a current 4.0 student in college right now.
Where at?
Where are you in school right now, sir?
Washtenaw Community College.
Good luck with the schooling.
Your Honor, I see somebody with no felony history whatsoever. Somebody's eligible to have CPL. Somebody who's a class away from a felonious charge here. I know that's a problem with the legislator and not the court, but I just would ask the court to keep that in consideration. We'd ask for a personal bond.
Thank you for advocacy, counsel. The court takes into consideration as well as the lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware. The court notes the current epidemic facing the nation. Is a very serious allegation, a felony allegation, Mr. Thompson, but it's non-assaultive. Court takes consideration of employment status as stated by counsel as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Thompson, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
For those reasons, bond is $10,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond. Listen to the court. Make sure to attend your hearing. Good luck with school, sir.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Welcome. One more mail. Good morning, your name?
Hurd,
Your full name again?
William Marshall Hurd Jr.
Thank you, Mr. Hurd Jr. Here for case number 20059-249, People State of Michigan versus William Marshall Hurd Jr. Counsel.
Your Honor, Mr. Reagan did have a preference to put his arguments on the record.
Absolutely. If you wouldn't mind go grabbing him, please.
Line them up.
Okay. There's only like 5 of them in there. I put everybody else out. Okay.
Thank you, DDC, for all your help this morning, as always. And the females, this should be a last male. I think Crystal Clay, number 11 on the first list, has retained counsel. After that, if you could bring that young lady first, please. After that, it'll just be at your pleasure. Officer, did you get that gentleman's number? Could we call him for Miss Clay and tell him that he'll be next? I wrote his number, if you can read it down right there. Good afternoon. Your name one more time, Mr. Hurd.
William Marshall Hurd Jr.
Thank you. And this is case 20059-249, People State of Michigan versus William Marshall Hurd Jr.
Mr. William Hurd, is waiting for Mr. Hurd has been advised of the constitutional right.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Schedule 2 court dates. Mr. Hurd Jr. must attend them both. Probable cause conference September 16th, which is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Tuesday, September 22nd. Both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Hurd Jr., both of those hearings will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released if you're able to make bond, but it is your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Judge, this case I found to be a little unusual, Your Honor. This incident date was from February 18, 2020. The client Judge 22, let me just start with 22 requires except traffic, Judge. Lives with aunt, City of Detroit, lifetime resident. So what happened was, Your Honor, it looks like this incident allegedly happened back in February. My client was brought to the DDC back in May. He talked to detectives back in May, and all he had was some traffic points. So the traffic point, that was it. Now I looked up in the computer today, Judge. It looks like he was arraigned at some point on this matter, and he has a PCC scheduled for October 12th. 2020, so I'm kind of confused because I don't see an arraignment there. I see where the warrant was set aside and then it looks like a PCC was set.
On an unrelated matter?
No, on this particular case, I don't know if you have a register. You have a register.
So I don't see this. Are you saying this is a capias?
Case number 2000-59249. Is that the file?
Yes, sir. Are you saying this is a possible capias?
I'm saying, Judge, it's the ROA is wrong, because he's never been.
The case number is 200592490. Yeah.
She said it's possible that was an error.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
I was going to say that the ROA was wrong.
We believe it to be an error, because we don't spoke to this very so.
Thank you, Madam Clerk and Counsel. Thank you for bringing it to attention that it appears that.
Thank you so much. Because he came in May when they wanted him to talk with detectives. They did track it, they didn't charge anything, they let him go. And he had no idea about this. Judge was very cooperative as to trying to find out, give detectives any information. Judge, he again, is a young man, 22, no prior criminal history whatsoever. Judge has asthma severely. I'm asking for, I do understand that it's an assaultive crime, although I'm asking for it to consider some type of high personal violence that you do detective.
Thank you. Mr. Hurd Jr. is a very serious assaultive allegation. It's alleged that based on your actions, another individual was shot in the abdomen and in the right buttocks area, taken to hospital at Sinai Grace, listed in temporary serious condition. The court takes into consideration the information provided by counsel. You have ties to the community, no capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. The court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond. During this bond, Mr. Hurd Jr., you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Absolutely no use of alcohol, marijuana, or any illegal controlled substance. And no contact with Malik Day, which means no contact of any kind. No contact orally in writing through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact, understood?
Yes.
And if you're able, please mark his file medical for the reasons stated by his counsel. And if you're able to make bond prior to release, give information alleged in an investigator's report, given the concerns regarding the alleged victim's safety, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Bond is 10,000, 10%.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, counsel. Good luck, Mr. Hurd Jr. Good luck, counsel. Thank you, DDC. We'll meet you on the female side. Thank you.
Are we ready to go?
Your Honor, I have 5 females.
I believe that's what we, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, sir. And if you could bring out Crystal Clay first, we have counsel present. After that, at your pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, Crystal?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Miss Clay. State your name, please.
Crystal Clay.
This is case 200599929, People State of Michigan versus Crystal Clay. Counsel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court, Tyrone Bickert, appearing on behalf of Miss Crystal Clay, who's present there via Zoom.
Thank you. And counsel, your P number, please.
P number 62647.
Thank you, sir. As to the arraignment.
Your Honor, as to arraignment, we waive any formal reading. Your Honor, I would just like to address bond at the appropriate time.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading on case 200599929, People State of Michigan versus Crystal Clay. Waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment. As to bond, counsel.
Your Honor, as to bond, Your Honor, Miss Clay is a lifelong resident of the area, Southeast Michigan. Your Honor, she works full time. She takes care of her 6 children. And Your Honor, she turned herself in this morning at my request, based on conversations between me and the investigator on this case, Mr. Lieutenant Davis of the DPD arson unit. Your Honor, of course, at this time, these are merely allegations, which we do dispute. However, I just wanted to bring to the court's attention that, Miss Clay did turn herself in. There was significant communications back and forth between me and the investigator. Prior to that, she's been in every way compliant and certainly will appear she represents zero danger to the community as it relates to if she were to be released, Your Honor. I am asking the court I am strongly urging the court to consider a personal bond for Miss Clay. Again, because of her ability to pay and also because of her strong community ties and the fact that she does have full-time employment.
Thank you. And officer, you can confirm that Miss Clay surrendered herself to authorities?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you for that information. Ms. Clay, this is a very serious allegation. The court's entering a plea of not guilty and scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30, Judge Giles. That will be heard via Zoom, Ms. Clay. That's an off-site streaming technology. It's your responsibility to connect. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released. Is that all understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. Ms. Clay, the court takes consideration the information provided by counsel, the very serious nature of this allegation, as well as the likelihood of conviction. It's alleged in an investigator's report, ma'am, that you confessed to the involvement and allegedly signed a written confession admitting to setting the fire on the alleged victim's vehicle. And that's something the court takes into consideration is the likelihood of conviction. During this bond, Ms. Clay, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Dorothea Bryant. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Do you understand?
Yes.
And based on the information alleged in the investigator's report, prior to being released, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Bond on this matter is set $14,000 personal bond. Anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Well, my only concern, and I understand the court's ruling, and I respect it, and I appreciate it. I've run into some serious concerns with the time of delay with the GPS tether. I would just ask the court that if if there's significant delay, that I'd be allowed to come back or address that, because there's been significant delay.
Understood, counsel, and I appreciate that. And you can always address bond as reviewable, always, and at every stage of the proceeding and in between. Counsel, the court has looked into that because the court hears similar arguments that is being made from brother and sister counsel. The court was told that everything is proceeding as normal. That if there are holds or other cases, there may be delays, but as long as the individual has no other matters or holds or wants, as far as the detention center is concerned, they're informed the court that it's a normal process as far as getting fit and released. But counsel, I understand your concerns. You're not the first counsel that's brought it to the court's attention. And if there are any significant delays, reach back to the court and we'll see what we can do. This is a personal bond, $14,000 personal, and Ms. Clay is to be fit with the tether and released on a personal bond on this matter upon fit with the tether. Is anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor. That's all.
Okay, and no contact with Ms. Bryant, Ms. Clay. I hope it all works out well. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you for your patience, sir. Good luck. Good afternoon. Your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Janae Jackson.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Ms. Jackson, you're here for case number 200600273, People State of Michigan versus Janae Jackson. Counsel.
On behalf of the defendant, Ms. Jackson, my client lays formal reading, understands her constitutional rights and stands me.
Good afternoon, counsel. Court waive formal reading on her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 31 years old. This is her whole life. My client is a victim of abuse here, Your Honor, according to my client. And if there's any way, Your Honor, I don't know if it's possible for somebody to take pictures of all of you. She has responsible for all the bruises that she has on her, just to be able to prove this and make a police report. Because according to my client, Your Honor, she was the one beaten by a police baton by her ex-boyfriend, and she was choked, and she couldn't get to the phone, and we got to the phone first, and she's in very bad condition. She tried to tell the cops, but they arrested her, and that's why she's in charge of resisting arrest, Your Honor, because she was trying to tell them to at least try to look at my bruises to prove it, or take pictures of my bruises.
Well, I appreciate the argument.
Your Honor, I know that we're not her for the fact that
well, also it's alleged that she allegedly resisted and attempted, not amongst other things, to bite one of the officers in the progress of being attempted to be detained.
Understood, Your Honor. So I respectfully ask the court to consider personal bond. She wants no contact. complaining with it. She also did stay with her parents. She is unemployed. She did have an interview today, Your Honor, so she probably will not be able to post on. So I respectfully ask the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you. So these are very serious assaultive allegations. The court will enter a plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference. You must attend, Ms. Jackson, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Ms. Jackson, that will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
I didn't hear the last part, Judge. I apologize.
That's no need to apologize. I appreciate you asking questions. That hearing that is scheduled on September the 30th, which is a Wednesday at 36th District Court, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology similar to what we're using today. Prior to being released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. The court takes into consideration the information provided by counsel, your ties to the community, lack of criminal convictions, or capious history. These are very serious assaultive allegations given the court concern regarding the safety of the public as well as the safety of alleged victim, Eric Andrew Walker. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Eric Andrew Walker. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Mr. Eric Andrew Walker. Is that understood?
Your Honor. Yes, sir. Ms. Jackson did ask, she has some personal belongings there. She just wanted to go about the right way to get that done.
Okay, you can have a third party go get your belongings, ma'am, but do not have any contact with Mr. Walker through that third party. Is that understood?
Absolutely understand.
Okay, and based on, and if counsel or whoever wants to visit your client and take pictures, I'm sure you're free to visit client and do any investigation as far as answering the question regarding nature of any photographs that you want to preserve as a part of the defense going forward. Ms. Jackson, based on the information alleged in the investigator's report, you're to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release. Given the epidemic facing our nation and the information alleged in the investigator's report, bond is $11,000 personal bond. Good luck, Ms. Jackson. No contact with Mr. Walker.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. 3 more females. Good afternoon. Your name, please. Thank you, ma'am, and good afternoon. You're here, Ms. Ellington, for case number 200-60279, People's State of Michigan versus Brittany Ellington.
Just to try to formal reading, understands her constitutional rights and stands guilty.
Thank you, Sister Counsel. The court will waive formal reading and plead not guilty and schedule a probable cause conference. Ms. Ellington, you must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard, Ms. Ellington, via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. Esteban.
Your Honor, my client is 24 years old, lived a short and whole life. She has no priors, never got in trouble according to my client. She is employed at Chrysler. She's been there for 3.5 years. She did do 4 years of college. Your Honor, this is an only serious non-assaultive charge in the Chrysler. I need the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you. Court. Ms. Ellington takes into consideration the advocacy as provided by your counsel, the serious nature of this allegation, which is a serious but non-assaultive, lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation as well as your ties to the community and the information alleged in the investigator's report. Ms. Ellington, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood? No weapons.
Understand.
Thank you, Ms. Ellington. And giving the information placed on the record, bond is $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, ma'am. Listen to the court. No weapons. Make sure to attend your hearing date.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name, please?
Lisa Michelle Jones.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones, you're here before the court on case number 13064-393, People State of Michigan versus Lisa Michelle Jones.
Justice Shire, Jones, my client waives formal reading, understands our constitutional rights, and thank you.
Court waive formal reading on her plea of not guilty. Ms. Jones, the court scheduling a pretrial date. You must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Ms. Jones, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 54 years old. She lives in Detroit her whole life. She takes care of Emily with 2 grandkids and her son. She has no property, Your Honor. She's just get her DUI with your license. She is diabetic. She turned herself in as soon as she was made aware of this when she was pulled over, Your Honor. This incident appears to be from October 6, 2013, so it's been 7 years, but I did not see that she's ever arraigned, Your Honor, or cases according to my information. So with her, she is employed at Continued Care Nursing Facility. She's been there for 7 years, so with her great family ties, community ties, and no priors, respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond given the pandemic.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Jones, your counsel has advocated well, as always, on your behalf and given the court positive information to consider, including lack of capious history or criminal convictions. You have ties to the community. The court has concerns regarding the serious nature of this allegation. The court considers that the age of the matter, as well as that you surrendered yourself to authorities and the current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, Ms. Jones, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and no contact during this bond with Regina Cohn. That's the alleged victim. No contact with Ms. Cohn. That means no contact of any kind, ma'am. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Ms. Cohn. Is that understood, Ms. Jones?
Yes, sir.
Bond is set $5,000 personal bond for those reasons. Good luck, Ms. Jones. You're being released on a personal bond. Listen to the court.
You can step up.
Thank you. Uno más.
Elizabeth Schlupp.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Elizabeth Schlupp.
Thank you, Ms. Shalat. You're here for case number 200585534, People State of Michigan versus Elizabeth Rochella Shalat, also known as Elizabeth Shalat. Counsel.
On behalf of the defendant, Shalat, my client waives formal reading, understands her constitutional rights, and stands here.
Thank you. The court waived formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Court scheduling a probable cause conference, Ms. Shalat, that you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th. That's at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Ms. Shalat, that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Not guilty is entered as.
Your Honor, my client is 58 years old, lifetime resident. She's a mother through a grandma of 3. She lives with her daughter and grandchild who she takes care of. She's completed the GED. She didn't employ her. She does have high blood pressure that she medication for. This incident appears to be from February 29, 2020. I'm respecting the court taking her family ties, community ties, and the pandemic to consider a personal bond or the court finds reasonable in the matter.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Ms. Shalat, allegedly ended in an auto accident where you were allegedly operating a vehicle with alcohol content of twice the legal limit with no valid driver's license, having at least 2 prior convictions for a similarly related offense, and that's very concerning to the court. Court takes consideration the information provided by counsel, the current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as your ties to the community and information alleged in the investigator's report. During this bond, Ms. Shalat, you're not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance, absolutely no drinking, and absolutely no driving. Is that understood? No driving, period. Understand? No driving, period.
I don't.
And prior to being released, you're to be fit with an alcohol tether. And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Ms. Shalat, you have to refrain from any alcohol, any marijuana, or any illegal controlled substance. No alcohol and no driving. Is that understood?
Yes.
Given the information placed on the record and the serious nature of these allegations, lack of capious history, bond will be set. $18,000 personal bond. Good luck, Ms. Shalat. Officers, do we have any males or females that you're aware of at 48 hours that can't wait till the afternoon?
No one.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your help. Have a nice afternoon.